hot take, you can't compliment or empower someone into loving themselves. Hi lovelies, it's yours truly, Boosie, and I'm back with another video. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I would like to say that, I make content relatable for young adults, a lot of like self-help, self-improvement, things that are just meant to make people's lives easier as I learn them. And I would also describe it even as a journey of self-love. So definitely, if that is your thing, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And also feel free to check out the rest of my videos. You never know, there might be something in there for you that will really help you. So on the topic of self-love, let's talk about the subject of this video: how toxic positivity and its effect on your self-love. So as you can see from the title, in this video I am talking about toxic positivity. And for those of you who don't know what it is, toxic positivity involves dismissing negative emotions and responding to distress with false reassurances rather than empathy. So pretty much it's maybe you going to a friend with a problem and they're just like, no bad vibes, just love and light and good feelings all around, And of course, that can be really, really annoying if you have a problem. And you kind of see more and more people doing this, just like, it's one thing to be positive, but it's another thing to not acknowledge bad emotions. And people are trying to help, but sometimes the messaging can just be so much that you almost feel like you're being guilted into not feeling happy or feeling positive emotions. And this is where we get to toxic positivity and loving yourself. And that's why I liked this one scene from Euphoria. Now, if you haven't watched Euphoria, why haven't you by now? No, I'm just kidding. But Euphoria, how do I explain it? Of course, a show on HBO centered around different teens, and the main character is Zendaya's character Rue, who has a drug addiction problem, but that's besides the point. I am focusing specifically on Kat, who's played by Barbie Ferreira, and her character, was a bit off the rails in season 1, with, I guess, exploring her sexuality and even doing sex work at the age of 16. I don't know, blows my mind. But this season she's calmed down a bit, but she realized that there is something within her that she's not happy with. And so this scene just kind of shows you like all these different people and influencers telling her like, she's beautiful, don't worry, like you're strong, you're confident, screw the patriarchy, things like that. And she just wasn't having it. And I thought it was actually a very powerful scene, especially for young teen girls. And let me tell you why. So the first thing I like about that scene is that message of loving yourself. I don't think it can just come from anyone. I'm gonna be real. It's really hard to take some of these influencers and celebrities' advice about loving yourself when they have hundreds of thousands to millions of followers, when they are drop dead gorgeous, and when they're rich. It's almost patronizing in a way. And I feel like coming from their mouth, sometimes the message really comes flat because it's kind of easy for someone who at least portrays this life of being, glamorous and being beautiful. Of course, it seems easy to love yourself when you have all those things. But for a person who's nothing like these influencers and celebrities, I don't know, I just feel like the message kind of falls flat. Like you're gorgeous, of course you say that. Of course it's easy to love yourself when you have the best stylists, when you have access to some of the best fitness coaches. So I really like that part when Kat was talking to those two like really beautiful women, and she was like, of course you guys love yourselves, like you're beautiful, and they just weren't hearing it. It felt really relatable. The second thing I took from that scene is there's this other side of that spectrum where people who don't kind of fit that mold of the current beauty standards and trends tell you, like I said, screw the patriarchy, and it's society who's telling you you're not beautiful. And I definitely get it. As a Black, dark-skinned woman, trust me, I get it. You know, the first time I realized that Black women weren't part of this Eurocentric beauty standard was when I was in high school. And I really wish, you know, the people who were like screaming at you, you know, don't care about what society thinks, all that. I really wish I could have heard that message, and then boop, a light bulb just appears above my head. I'm like, that is so true, I shouldn't care. But no, it was just kind of like, when I realized I wasn't that beauty standard, I was just kind of like, oh, and I did feel a little bit crappy. And now that I'm an adult, I don't feel nearly as bad as I did when I was a teenager, but it's still one of those things like, yeah, I'm not like crying about it, but at the same time, I'm not like, no, yeah, screw society and what everybody thinks. You know, it's not like that. It's just kind of like, this is how I feel. I don't care what society thinks. I don't care about the paycheck. This is how I feel. So I can definitely relate to that part where that one person was like, you know, it's just the cis, white, heteronormative beauty standards, and Kat was just like, oh, because it's like, yes, I get it, but that doesn't change the way I feel about myself, you know? And then the third thing that I really appreciated about that one scene was that it kind of showed how there are so many different messages out there on how to like love yourself. And sometimes having those messages, so many different messages being thrown your way, can be super exhausting and super frustrating. They tell you, oh, get in tune with your femininity and maybe you'll love yourself. Or, oh, get in tune with your inner bad bitch and, you know, that will make you truly love yourself. Or get out of your comfort zone, break down those beauty standards. That's how you're going to love yourself. Something that is trending on TikTok and even YouTube nowadays is become that girl, you know? And I'm just really, it's just, which one am I supposed to try? And that's why my message here today in this video is, I think self-love is more than just your aesthetic and how you present yourself to the world. I think that self-love is truly a journey. And it's a journey that can take years, but it's not an easy journey. It's not an easy feat to fully love yourself, because to love yourself means to completely accept yourself 100% for who you are, whether the good or the bad. And then second is to truly forgive yourself and to practice self-forgiveness anytime you do or make mistakes. And nobody, and like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, no amount of like compliments and empowering messages can really do that. It's something within somebody's self that they can. And so yes, I do thank people who want to be positive and who want to tell you, yes, you are a baddie, you're strong, go out there, you know, feel confident. But it's such a mental thing. I've realized on my self-love journey, I'm pretty sure right now I can text everyone I know and they can tell me all these great things about me and all the positivity, like just so much positive things, and it won't penetrate, you know, because it's something I have to kind of break down within myself to fully grasp what self-love is. And I know there are so many different messages in Euphoria, especially this season, that I could have talked about, but I feel like this one really truly relates to my channel, and this is something that is truly personal for me. So I felt seen in that scene. So that's it for today's video. I know it's a short one, but I feel like I really have to get it off my chest. So I really thought this video was important because I'll be honest with you all, I do struggle with self-love. I'm not saying that I like completely hate myself and all that, but I do struggle with fully accepting myself for who I am. And I realize there are so many messages around self-love, which I think can be helpful, but sometimes, just sometimes, I do think it can fall into that realm of toxic positivity. I really hope that this reaches anybody who's on their self-love journey. And until next time, lovelies, it's been yours truly, Lucy. Bye.